faster your new facility can be built or renovated, the sooner it can begin producing a return on your investment. Cho Construction Company's precision, efficiency, and flexibility is why we are the contractor of choice for the most intricate, complicated, and aggressive projects. Our food and beverage experts here at Cho understand USDA, FDA, CGMP, and food plant sanitary process standards and regulations. We also assist NAFSMA compliance so that you can stay focused on your product. With over 60 million square feet of projects from the Southeast to the Pacific Northwest, your food and beverage experts at Cho Construction are here to help you. Visit our website at choco.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Day 2, Session 4 of the South Carolina Manufacturing Conference and Expo, right here on SCBiz TV. In our prior session, we saw the presentation of the 2020 South Carolina Economic Impact on Logistics. If you missed it, no worries. It's now archived on SCBiz TV and you can watch it as you have time. This session is titled Manufacturing Trends and What's on the Horizon. We will hear from South Carolina Secretary of Commerce Bobby Hitt, followed by some comments from Dr. Tim Hardee, the president of the state's technical college system. Upstate SC Alliance is the presenting sponsor of our first presentation from Secretary Hitt. They are a regional economic development organization designed to market and promote South Carolina's upstate region to the world, really. Let's watch a short message from Upstate SC Alliance, and then you'll see Secretary Hitt's comments directly after that. We'll see you right back here shortly.
Bringing business to your community is a global competition, and that process is economic development. It begins with relationships and visibility, a community telling its success stories and showing how new businesses can get in on the action. That's what the Upstate South Carolina Alliance does. The Upstate has grown tremendously with new automotive, aerospace, engineered materials, food processing, and life science companies. And there's opportunity for more. By investing in the Upstate SC Alliance, your company can be part of the region's business growth strategy.
At the Upstate Alliance, we wake up every day thinking about the region's future, ensuring there are opportunities to come. We work as a team with 10 counties, many cities, the South Carolina Department of Commerce, and nearly 200 private sector business investors from many industries. We market the Upstate to companies considering new locations. We provide research-driven business insights, and we create opportunities for your business to network, grow connections, and build your business.
The Upstate South Carolina Alliance has nearly 200 private sector investors from many industries. As investors, we help shape the stories that we tell about the region. We are the first to know when new businesses are coming to the area. We have access to unique programming about the economy, business trends, and what's happening across the state. Investors build relationships across the 10-county region, learning more about the Upstate's ecosystem, how we can work together, and the opportunities for our businesses to grow. And the public-private collaboration that happens as a result is the spirit that feeds success and attracts new opportunities. The outcome is a diversified business landscape with career opportunities and an enhanced quality of life.
We can't do it without you. Join Team Upstate and let's grow together.
I'm proud to have this opportunity to speak to a group of people like you who work tirelessly to advance South Carolina's manufacturing industry. You know, just a few short decades ago, South Carolina is what I call the 3T state: textiles, tourism, and tobacco. But today, our manufacturing sector has become much more diverse and advanced. We make some of the world's most complex products. Since 2011, we've recruited almost 1,400 economic development projects in South Carolina, adding more than 147,000 new jobs and about $41 billion, that's with a B, in new capital investment for South Carolina. And over the last 9 years, almost 10, that's how long it's been, we've seen manufacturing employment growth of more than 21% in South Carolina. In fact, we lead the Southeast in manufacturing growth. Today, manufacturing employs more than 255,000 South Carolinians. We've experienced 10 consecutive years of record export sales, topping $41.5 billion for the first time in 2019. But 2020 has brought challenging circumstances that no one could have anticipated. The past few months have been truly uncharted in the economic development arena. We're faced with an economic crisis unlike any other in our lifetimes, with the daunting task of protecting lives while ensuring livelihoods. Fortunately, we're seeing signs the tides are starting to change. Today, South Carolina may be in a better starting position than many other states because of our sustained economic development success. We're still navigating recovery from COVID-19, and we're also in an election year mode. Uncertainty surrounding the global politics and economic climate always causes some hesitation amongst companies. However, Team South Carolina has announced several sizable wins as of late. A new Walmart distribution center in Dorchester County, 220 million jobs. Nephron expansion in Lexington County, 215,380,000 jobs. And a new agricultural technology campus in Hampton County, $314 million and as much as 1,500 new jobs. Interestingly, we're seeing larger projects in terms of jobs and investment compared to last year. Yet the foreign direct investment domestic ratio is nearly identical to last year. And this year's announced new versus expanded projects are nearly 50-50. Throughout COVID, Team South Carolina has worked to help support the manufacturing community. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to commend the manufacturing community for stepping up to help in the fight against COVID-19. Our state's manufacturing sector has shown incredible resiliency during the pandemic. South Carolina companies have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to not only overcoming challenges associated with the coronavirus, but doing it with an emphasis on safety. Many manufacturers in the Palmetto State were leaders in their communities for safety, producing much needed personal protective equipment and helping lead the charge in developing new safety protocols. We in manufacturing know how to work under challenging, sometimes hazardous conditions, and so it's normal for manufacturing to have led the way, and I thank you for what you've done. In fact, in an effort to address the increased need of personal protective equipment, more than 130 companies across South Carolina pivoted their operations to manufacture masks, face shields, hand sanitizer, and other PPE back during the month of April. Today that number is lower. That's because many South Carolina manufacturers have now returned to their normal operations. Team South Carolina applauds our state's manufacturers community for these efforts, as they did not go unnoticed by all in government. SC Commerce continues to work with the Governor's Office, the General Assembly, local leaders, partners, and companies to develop and implement strategies for moving forward. Our agency has served as a lead for one of the components of the state's reopening task force known as Accelerate SC. Our business services team continues to work with existing industry to connect them with resources to address their specific concerns. This is an opportunity for us in South Carolina to think outside the box to ensure we remain ready for continued success. With our training allies, we're focused on building a strong personnel pipeline to ensure we meet the needs of both existing and future industry, using our program we call Manu First South Carolina and the South Carolina Fraunhofer USA Alliance as examples of different ways that we are retraining people in the workforce to be ready for manufacturing. Our logistics and transportation infrastructure continues to grow. The SC Ports Authority's Hugh K. Leatherman Terminal is slated to open early next year in March. We understand that keeping a robust inventory of available product is crucial, and that inventory needs all its due diligence completed before clients visit. The Palmetto Sites program offers prospective industry partners access to an inventory of industrial sites that have been vetted to meet the project's needs. In closing, I just want to emphasize that economic development is a team sport in South Carolina. From our collaborative approach to helping existing industry during COVID to our partnerships to ensure continued economic progress, we're doing so together. This year has been challenging, but we will continue to adjust our strategy to be as impactful as possible. South Carolina has been leading the manufacturing renaissance, but it's more than just being good at it. It's who we are. It's in our blood. The continued growth of this sector remains a key for South Carolina's economy. I want to thank you for having me here today, and I wish I could be with you and that all of us could be together to enjoy the rest of this conference. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. We're in the middle of session 4 on day 2 of the South Carolina Manufacturing Conference and Expo. That was the state's Secretary of Commerce, Bobby Hitt. Next up is Dr. Tim Hardee, the president of the state's technical college system. Dr. Hardee is looking ahead as the tech college system continues to pledge their support in assisting the state's manufacturing companies in finding talent and training talent during this unprecedented time of new technology and innovation. AFL is the presenting sponsor. AFL, located in Duncan, manufactures, engineers, and installs fiber optic products and associated equipment all over the world. Watch this message from AFL, and Dr. Hardee's address will follow.
It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm looking forward to a conversation about the South Carolina Technical College system. I always enjoy starting a conversation with the system about our 3 tenets of being affordable, accessible, and relevant. Historically, the technical college system has always been an affordable option for South Carolinians across the state. 5 million citizens of the state. It's very important that they have an affordable option for higher education. Accessibility is also important to us as a system. Part of our mission is reaching the citizens of the state and how we can be accessible for students in all 46 counties across South Carolina. We do that with our 16 technical colleges that I will talk later a little bit about, our many locations and sites that we have, but we certainly are accessible to the citizens of the state. Probably more importantly, though, to those of you that are listening today, is the relevance. We take great pride in the fact that we produce employees that are ready to go to work. We feel like it's extremely important that we are a relevant agency that produces the workforce that's needed by not just manufacturing, but all industries in the state of South Carolina. So each of those are important to us: affordability, accessibility, and relevance. And we will navigate a little bit of each of those as I talk today. I would also share with you the technical college system. We are a part of higher education in the state of South Carolina. We have our 16 technical colleges, but we're part of a system that has over 50 colleges and universities in the state of South Carolina. you think of higher education as English, math, history, and science. And it is important that we start with that in terms of the coursework we offer. Now, certainly we're involved in healthcare and IT and manufacturing, but in addition to that, it's not just coursework. The coursework is what actually leads to workforce development. The workforce development is, I mentioned earlier, how important it is for us to be relevant. I view the technical college system as providing the workforce for the state of South Carolina. We do that through lots of means, through our credit program as well as our continuing education program, but we do that one citizen at a time across the state of South Carolina. After workforce development, that allows you to have economic development in the state. Many of you are familiar with our Ready SC division, how we work with new and expanding industries coming into the state of South Carolina. But our workforce development is what brings economic development to the state of South Carolina. The Department of Commerce, their job is to attract industries, and how do they bring them into the state of South Carolina? They then turn them over to us, and we turn that into economic development projects that Ready SC serves and our 16 technical colleges serves. But more importantly, after higher education, workforce development, and economic development, it really all results in quality of life for the citizens of our state. The technical college system, you might say, exists to improve the quality of life for the citizens we have in the state of South Carolina. We take that very seriously, and we do offer a gateway for students to have opportunities to reach their higher education goals, but ultimately to benefit themselves and their family and improve their quality of life. Our organizational structure that we have with the technical college system, I'm sure many of you are familiar with our 16 colleges that I mentioned earlier, serves about 100,000 students a year. But a huge part of what we offer in addition to credit programs are continuing education programs. Each of our colleges has a continuing education division. Together we serve about 60,000 students each year through continuing education. Another facet of our organizational structure is Apprenticeship Carolina. It's nice to be number one in the country, and our Apprenticeship Carolina program is a national model that other states come to take a look at to see how to do apprenticeship programs. We work closely with business and industries, providing mentors for both adults and youth apprentices across the state. It's a continual growing program for us. We've been very successful with Apprenticeship Carolina, but see that as really an area we'll continue to grow. We're working closely with the K-12 system in the youth apprenticeship area, and we'll continue to see that grow at our 16 colleges across the state. In addition to Apprenticeship Carolina, our Division of Economic Development also is responsible for Ready SC and for our E-Zone training programs. Ready SC certainly is involved in terms of, I mentioned earlier, the new industries coming into the state. Right now, a couple good examples of that are Volvo, Mercedes-Benz vans that we're working with to provide the workforce that they need. The E-Zone training program is one for existing industries to be able to retrain the employees on both processes as well as new equipment that they have. So those programs, I will highlight a few things about the technical college system. Many of you are familiar how we're geographically accessible across the state of South Carolina. I think it's important that we serve right now a little over 60% of our students are female. So it's an important mixture. That's not just in South Carolina, that's really a national trend. About 44% of our students are minority students. As a system, we serve more minority students in the state of South Carolina than all of higher education, the rest of higher education combined. From that standpoint, we've talked a little bit already about the number of students we serve. I think it's also important to realize that we have a campus in all 46 counties across the state of South Carolina. That, going back to that affordable, accessible, and relevant piece, one issue with the relevant would be that we have over 1,000 different programs of study that we offer through our 16 colleges across the state. In addition to all these programs that we offer across the state, this is a piece where, while I've already talked about accessible and affordable, One other piece that I will talk for a minute about on the affordable side is the high cost of higher education. Many of you are probably familiar that as a country we have about $1.5 trillion in student debt. That is a huge number, and not just for the nation but for South Carolina. That's a problem that we think we can address through the technical college system. We're starting to see many students come to us directly out of high school that start with us as a cost factor. They may want to earn a bachelor's degree eventually, but they come for the first 2 years with our technical college system. That helps make higher education more affordable for the citizens of the state. We've seen many parents and students navigate towards coming to us for those first 2 years. There's about a $30,000 cost saving for the student that completes the first 2 years with the technical college system and then transfers to a 4-year institution. In addition to the accessible and affordable, it's important that each of you are obviously located in the state of South Carolina. You want to make sure the technical college system is actually training the citizens of the state. About 96% of our students are actually South Carolinians. We serve the citizens of South Carolina. And then one more time I would touch on the relevance piece. We follow up on our graduates a year after they complete our programs of study. We found that about 90% of our graduates are actually employed in the field in which they were trained. We think that's our accountability measure. It's important that we actually train for jobs that do exist. So we feel like the 90% rate is excellent for us. The technical college system has been around for over 50 years. I think it's important to recognize that while the state has changed, also our training has changed tremendously. 50 years ago, the 3 T's in South Carolina were tobacco, textiles, and tourism. Now, while tourism is still a relevant industry within the state of South Carolina, we've also changed as a state. We're very much high-tech, robotics, advanced manufacturing. These are the careers of the future, and our technical college system has to match those jobs that actually exist out in the field now. We are moving more and more towards programs that are heavily invested in the robotics, high-tech programs, and also in particular advanced manufacturing. I will share with you both healthcare and IT are extensive areas for us in terms of student enrollment. Talk a little bit about Ready SC programs. I think it's interesting that 40 years ago we began a relationship with Michelin. 25 years ago we began a partnership with BMW. And then about 10 years ago, Ready SC began a partnership with Boeing down in the Charleston area. We still maintain active relationships with all 3 of those. I think that's an example of how the technical college system for the last 40 years has served business and industry around the state. We continue to do that at any given time. We have about 40 projects that we're actively working across the state. Some of those are large projects that some that I have just mentioned, but there are also Ready SC programs that have employees of 50 and fewer across the state. So I think that's important, recognizing that Ready SC not just serves the large employers across the state, but the smaller employees as well. Apprenticeship Carolina is certainly a program that we are going to continue to grow. I would say that much of that's contingent upon us being able to continue to develop good relationships with the K-12 system as well as those business and industries across the state. Earlier I spoke about E-Zone. That's an area where we're focusing on to expand. It's actually a benefit to business and industries to be able to receive some tax credits for those employers or employees that are being retrained. And then in terms of our technical colleges, many of you are familiar with the technical college in your area, but we do operate as a system. We're a system that serves 100,000 South Carolinians, but we do that with the same programs of study across each of those colleges, so it's uniform for a student that moves or transfers across the state of South Carolina. We are in the midst of a manufacturing renaissance. There's a piece of that I would like to take the opportunity to thank the South Carolina legislature. We went to them about 2 years ago now with the idea we have a workforce shortage in the state of South Carolina. We were able to navigate actually an appropriation of $17 million for the SC WIN scholarship that allows us to provide additional scholarship funds for students that go into high demand career fields. Those are programs like your advanced manufacturing that obviously each of you are interested in, but also healthcare, transportation distribution and logistics, construction, IT are just a few examples. Another area we've worked closely with the Department of Commerce with is in ManuFirst. ManuFirst is a program that's 62 hours in length, a course that students can take, and for you as business and industry leaders, it's important to know the completion of this course. They are able to, they receive training in things like getting along with others, teamwork, safety, and we do it so that it will result in this course enables them to have it in lieu of 1 year of manufacturing experience. We think it's a great way for companies to have that entry-level employee. And then also we offer the MSSC program. That is a Manufacturing Skills Standards Commission that's a nationally recognized credential for people that are going into the manufacturing field. Talk a little bit about a statewide marketing campaign. We're in the first year of a 3-year marketing campaign. Certainly manufacturing is an in-demand field that will be showcased as a part of our campaign. We see this campaign as a way to get the word out about the benefits of the technical college system, not only to parents and students, but we think it's important for us to also get the word out to our guidance counselors, about 2,000 of them that are across the state of South Carolina in public and private schools. This is all a part of our what we call I Defy campaign. It's an opportunity for us as a system to reach out and touch base with all of those students across the state and encourage them to go into the South Carolina Technical College system. It's interesting that what these students have in common is the fact that they are South Carolinians. They're students that are actually enrolled at our technical colleges across the state. A common theme for these students is recognizing that it takes hard work. You have to persevere. There's a piece of that. You have to take on a challenge. We see these students as the technical college systems provides them with that opportunity to open the door for them to be able to go into the career fields that they're interested in. We also have through our program a Career Explorer program, which makes students aware of these fast-growing careers across the state of South Carolina. I would also share with you one piece that we recently were able to work with the Department of Employment and Workforce. There's about 150,000 South Carolinians that are unemployed right now. Those people are prime candidates for working with you, with business and industry. We were able to send an email out through the Department of Employment and Workforce to all 150,000 of those people that are receiving unemployment claims across the state in hopes to drive them towards our technical college system, taking a look at the both long-term associate degree programs, but probably more importantly, some of the short-term training programs we offer. We want to get these people back into the workforce as soon as possible in career fields where they have a future. We recognize that we are in the midst of a manufacturing renaissance, and as a technical college system, we're ready to be a part of that. We want to work hand in hand with those of you that are listening today as we develop that workforce that you need, and we want to do it in partnership with those of you that are in manufacturing. I would offer to you that I'm certainly available. You have my contact information that's here. I would encourage you to reach out. I can certainly develop partnerships with each of you with our local colleges as needed. Each of our colleges exists to serve their local community. It's been a pleasure to be with you today and have a conversation about the technical college system and how both manufacturers across the state and the technical college system can work to develop that workforce. Thanks, and I hope each of you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Welcome back, folks. Thanks to South Carolina Secretary of Commerce Bobby Hitt and Dr. Tim Hardee, the president of the state's technical college system, for being with us today. Up next is the longtime anchor event of the annual Manufacturing Conference, and it's the Manufacturing Excellence Awards. Actually, this will be the 23rd time that this event has been held. Choke Construction is the presenting sponsor of the award show, and company president Matt Brewer will join us in just a little bit to honor close to 30 companies with excellence awards. Also, at the end of the award show, we're going to honor someone with the Blue Cross Blue Shield Lifetime Service Award. As a reminder, don't forget to check out our virtual exposition. Just click on Exhibit Hall in our virtual lobby. Before we break, we're going to play a series of what we call shout-outs from just a sampling of our exhibitors. You'll see representatives from several companies talk for about 15 seconds each, and they'll let you know why you should drop by their virtual booth today. See you right back here for the Manufacturing Excellence Awards show in just a few minutes.
Hi guys, Dima here at Mathis Electronics, where we design and assemble electronic circuit boards right here in Asheville, North Carolina. I invite you to come visit our virtual booth. See you there.
To partner with Waypost means that we adopt your business like it's our own. We never take it for granted that it is our job to be the best stewards of your marketing budget that we can be.
Hey everybody, my name is Tyler Smith and I'm the Industrial Processing Compliance Market Leader with Centera Corporation, based in Greenville, South Carolina. We're so proud to sponsor the South Carolina Manufacturing Conference and Expo this year. If you have any questions about environmental compliance or any process-related issues that your company might have, please stop by our booth and see how we might be able to help you out.
Hi, this is Dave Visco from the 5S store, and I invite you to stop by our booth and get a peek at everything that we have to offer and what we're all about. We'll even have some free assets for you and some 5S best practices tips that you can use and bring back to your plant. And if you stay to the hosted video that's in the booth, we'll even have some free surprises for you. So make sure you stop by, and I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
Harper General Contractors. We are builders. We build the things that make things happen. We build up clients, communities, each other. Harper General Contractors. More than anything, we build trust.
Bill Harbin International specializes in design, build, and general contracting for national and international clients representing construction markets of every classification. Our tagline is, "We build anything, anywhere."
Keeping up with an equipment fleet and tool management can take the focus away from running your manufacturing operation. Work with Amico to save time and money on equipment rentals, fleet management, and tools. Letting you focus on your core business is our core business.